Sorry, I'm a minute late. I left my chicken thawing on the counter, and apparently you're not supposed to do that. Okay. Sorry to hear that, Murmar. I skipped the morning session, but I saw the one trade you guys took, and we'll go over everything. I genuinely don't think that 30-second long after open was that good. Why? Trade boy, I heard that. I heard that. I heard it's supposed to support immune growth and a couple other things. Always ask for medium rare, sure. No drop, probably cooked. Yeah, unfortunately. Although I've been kind of giving you guys help throughout the whole day. Okay. I told you guys I was getting back in on my runner here. We got the pullback. I let you guys know I was longing in the morning. And I've been kind of like guiding you guys throughout the day. And then obviously Dodgy gave his alert. This 5 minute here was obvious. I mean, it was pretty obvious we were in a buy model. So I don't think today was a day where you could have missed out on any play. And we did have an A plus draw, right? So we've talked about this in the past. And I should have made this more clear, I guess, in hindsight. But we had triple equal highs here, right? So this is an A plus draw. So I was cool with longing in premium. Where was I guiding? PM chat and then the AM stream, which honestly you guys weren't a part of that. So that, like I said, I didn't really help out too much, but I think today was pretty obvious to read after the today reversal. For sure, Murmur. Hear you. Hey, it's okay. We'll get it back tomorrow or another day. No big deal. Nothing that a month of trading can't fix. Realistically, all it takes is 2 weeks to get to a payout. So, whatever damage you've done isn't the end of the world. Oh, very cool, trumpet blower. Thank you. All right, so we're here, right? What I need is for price to now set up liquidity, right? We're gonna accumulate, and we're choppy now. We're in bad price conditions, so I can't take anything here. It's gonna be another probably no trade day for PM. Let me show you guys everything that was possible today. So coming into today, I definitely wanted to be bullish, but I wanted to see probably sell side swept out. Now, full transparency, I did not trade until 10 o'clock this morning. I chose, after looking at the chart at 8:40 and seeing kind of what we were doing, and at 9 o'clock and 9:30, to just kind of like, hang out with my girlfriend. And so I got a call from Dodgy at like 10, basically come check out the trades he lost on. That's when I hopped on. But I saw this, obviously we had 8:30 news. We dumped. No real change in order flow until like here. And then obviously this is a break even, okay? Then we dump more after we wait, this is okay. I was looking at today, right? Yeah. I don't know why it updated to that. Okay, so change in order flow here. We tap into the 15-minute here, and then we dump again. Okay, so all the longs here, you're rejecting from the 15-minute, and there's no real confirmation that we're actually going to go to this high until we inverse this. Okay, so this is kind of our condition, right? And then we also have this 5 minutes, so kind of the same thing, right? So this is like our bearish condition. As long as we're holding this, technically order flow is bearish. So with that idea in mind, get the short, right? price doesn't make a new dealing range low, sure, we respect that 30-second that sent us up, but I would want the extra confirmation of seeing like 2-minute inverse here, right? So this 30-second I think was an avoidable loss. I don't think I would have taken this. Now this play where we resweep the low and create a new dealing range, I could see myself losing on this for sure. This probably wasn't a bad loss. The only problem was it didn't really align with time, right? Normally we get our reversal after 10 a.m. or right around the macro there or whatever. And then obviously we were longing into that 5-minute gap, right? So this, whenever we're in a bearish, kind of trend scenario here, unless the draw on liquidity to that initial target is pretty good, kind of difficult to long. And also this is a failed CISD, right? So whenever we see price fail to put in a CISD, probably means we're going to head back to the low. Okay, so maybe in hindsight, you see price reject the CISD here, reject the 5-minute, and maybe you cut the trade because you're like, I don't really feel that great about it now. Okay, maybe you see the reaction of the 1-minute here, you see us like kind of stall, and you're like, okay, yeah, this is not good. But obviously that's like pretty advanced, kind of difficult. I know we've talked about failed CISDs before though. So if you recognize that in lifetime, good job, because as you can see, right, this is what should be the SMR, the smart money reversal, and we failed to get it. So if we're failing to get the smart money reversal, and it's not our typical reversal time, probably means we're going to dump again, okay? Then we get our true reversal, right? This is kind of the play of the day. This V-shape off of, 10 a.m. low, okay? What I did when I was looking at this is I see, okay, we get our Judah swing down, we get our 10 a.m. reversal, we get bullish OB, price starting to inverse everything here, right? We have the 2-minute, whatever. And then I noticed this gap here, okay? This is the gap that was kind of holding price. So I'm figuring, okay, with time it makes sense. With liquidity, it kind of makes sense. I mean, of course, we have Asia low intact here. But I think Asia low had actually been swept out by ES, so we had that SMT, which was good. And then, am I saying that right? I think it did, right? Yeah. Yeah. So we had this SMT. So I'm like, okay, SMT, macro, 10 a.m. reversal, a lot of bullish momentum, V shape. If price is truly bearish here, we will not come back to this, right? Because this is balanced. Okay. So if we're bearish, we won't come back to this high. We should just reject this gap on the 1 minute or 30-second and dump, right? We should not be going through this. If we want to go for Asia low, we'll dump from here. So when we get the significant gap here, and even though we inverse this to the downside, and technically this is a significant gap, I don't think I really cared in the moment because we ultimately like instantly reversed it, and this gap isn't that obvious. So it's like, okay, whatever. Then we get a lot of momentum up with the order block here. And to me, this is light bulb momentum. I'm pretty sure we're going to go back to this high because the only reason why we'd inverse that is to go to this high. And then we also had the 30-second, right? So you could have waited for that too. I don't think I really cared about it because to me, the 1 minute rejecting multiple times was like the thing that really mattered. Okay. And then the momentum here kind of sold it for me. Yeah, the 30-second also got inverse to the downside, right? But like, I don't know. I mean, maybe you're like, okay, this is bad price action, but I don't know. I don't think that the short here makes sense in terms of liquidity. So that's why this fails, right? I don't necessarily think this is bad price action for that. But yeah, once we get the momentum, once we start putting in fair value gaps, we shouldn't violate this, right? So this is my cue where I'm like, okay, I can enter a trade here with the stop loss being, probably here, right? And then take profit, obviously where I wanted it. And break even here because this should never have inversed if we're bearish, right? So this is like the condition now. Now we go to this high. Now I know this is like probably a free break even trade because of the momentum. Now once this is a free break even, I can just, chill, sit back, let it do its magic, and then we get the rest of it, right? This setup here also is interesting. But I think this setup ultimately failed. I don't know. This is a weird one. There was like a 30-second though that looked better. I don't know what happened to it. Oh yeah, it was this. This right here actually looks pretty interesting, but this was a break even. And then you had this gap on the left here you could have waited for too, but those ended up being break evens. I just figured we should never go back to this high if we're bearish. So this is where you can actually enter here. Right? Because this should never get inverse. And then all this is kind of chop. But then there's this. I think this is where you could potentially re-enter. Because whether you get the 30-second here or you take the 1 minute, realistically, there's no reason to come back to the sell side if we're bullish because this is already balanced, right? We've balanced this inefficiency here. We balanced the 15. There's no reason to come back. There's no unfilled gaps. So when we bounce here, right, and we get the order block back up, and then we get the inverse, and then we get this here, the market structure shift going back up, this is fine. And then obviously break even at the high there and just take it up right to the obvious draw. So if you didn't take any of that, this is okay. And the reason why you can long up here in premium is because of the A+ draw and liquidity here. Let's go back and look. 15-second where? 9:40. Oh yeah, this is interesting for sure. Is there any other time frame there? Oh yeah, this is a valid 15-second play, by the way, guys. For sure. This is good. It's the only time frame that makes sense. Singular gap, pretty good V shape after sweeping out sell side. This is a valid 15-second. The only one that I would ever take, and then obviously go break even at the 1 minute, and then it's probably a scale plus break even trade. But yeah, mechanically this setup is like a B setup. Okay. Subjectively, I think it's pretty good. I took it. I thought it was at least an A. So obviously we're going to be a little discretionary. I probably got lucky on this, to be honest, that it just ran really cleanly without any pullbacks and that I was able to get the TP I did. But I'm very happy with it. It's one of my bigger trades I've taken in the last 5 months. So very cool. What about the 30-second instead? Yeah, it's fine. You can take that. Oh, the tiny one there? No. The whole point of this trade is that we're breaking the significant gap that's holding price down. If you enter here early, you're just still gambling that this is going to break. We're just going to chop this PM? Yeah, probably. Because we hit the high. How many points? So I entered at 205.75. Okay. And I exited at 447. So 241 points. And then yesterday I called out that nice options play, and that was like 200 points. So I'm up 450 points on plays I've called out today. Or yesterday to today. Almost. And I know it's not really a true call out, but I said like I'm long. But that was an AM stream, so that doesn't really. I should have told you guys. You blew your funded Monday? Damn. Did a PM call out? For drawing, there's multiple highs at the second or third high is a tick higher than the previous highs. Is that still valid since the first was technically swept? No, it's not valid. No, I did. I took the long. Julio, I took I'll just show you the execution. The logged in. The trade I took. Entered long here. Pumped. And then I accidentally exited here because normally when I get out to walk away from the chart, I just exit at market and cancel. And like instinctively I did that. And I ended up closing out the trade accidentally. So I just jumped back in when we got this pullback here. Yeah, yeah, for sure, Bruce. Can I do a demo on how to copy trade on Tradebait? I mean, I could just show you a video. The group trade. Sure, if I look this up, I think it's this guy. Yeah, watch this video. Here, let's see. I mean, okay, you see this up here? You click on that, the account section. Okay. What is this? What is this? This is not right. Don't listen to this guy, actually. This guy? KME Capital? Oh, here you go. All right. So you're going to go to the account thing. You're going to click Manage Groups. And then you're going to create a group. Right? So you're going to click the plus sign. Okay. You drag that stuff over to this side. And then once it's over on that side, you can change the quantity of contracts that you want to use per account. So if you have like a 150k versus 50k, you want to trade more contracts on that 150k, you can just up the amount of cons that it copies per. And then when you go to trade it, all you have to do is just set the amount of contracts as multiples of however many accounts you have. So like let's say I'm trading 5 accounts copied, right? Okay. Each account I want to trade 3 micros. You would enter a trade with 15 micros, and as long as you have the group selected, which you can see there by the plus evals underneath the account, it'll copy trade 3 micros per account. But you can't do bracket orders, which is fine. You just do it manually, and that's what I do. You just set the entry and then the stop loss and then the take profit. Okay, and that's it. And then if you want to adjust how many or the amount of contracts that come off at each limit, you just change the sizing. So instead of having 15 micros selected, you just do like 5. Can I show in the chart, please, the trade I took on? Yeah. So for this trade, I took this long here. Okay, so this 1 minute inverse. I entered here for the stop loss here, hard stop. Manual stop out if we close below the inception gap, and then take profit up here. Yeah, PM's cooked. We hit other draws for today. Is IPDA just inverse price or preview discount array? Or I don't know. I don't know what IPDA stands for. But yeah, Fira, like just watch this video in full and like this guy knows what he's talking about. Yeah, I've got it recorded, Bruce. Okay. I mean, I could make my own, but it's like, why would I do that when everyone's done it? Unless you guys think I know something that this guy doesn't know, which probably not. I mean, it's all the same. It's just a tutorial video. Why didn't it matter that price was still in a 2/3 minute city? To the left. Because my reasoning for this, and maybe this doesn't work 100% of the time, but I thought because of the risk to reward, it was worth it. Um, this is balanced, okay? So if price is really bearish here, we should never return to this high, okay? Meaning, the only way we're going to return to this high is if we inverse this gap. because this is now a significant gap. That's the last line of defense before hitting this high. If we inverse that, that means we're going to this high. So that allows me to take a trade to this high with that idea that, okay, if we're bearish, we should reject this gap now, the last gap in the leg. And if we're bullish and we inverse this, this is now my condition, we should go to this high. That allows me to go break even here, and that allows me to look for runners higher, okay? That allows me to anticipate that the 2 and 3 minute break. Does that make sense? Because in terms of liquidity, okay, Asia low had been swept out on ES. So we had the SMT there. So liquidity's been ran. We're at all-time highs. So that means that price is going to want to go up. We have our 10 a.m. reversal Judah swing scenario here. And we have now a condition that we can present and a scenario that allows us to get a free break even, essentially. Why wouldn't I take that opportunity? You know? So kind of my thought process. Obviously, you know, I didn't outline all that when I said I was long. But this to me is a much better trade than like this, for example. Because with this 30-second, you have no idea we're going back to this. Exactly, yeah. And that 1 hour is like treated as the initial draw here. Okay. But ultimately, it's not that. It's the data high here, which isn't that good of a target, right? Because it's not that pronounced. But we have the data high here. And then we have these, which are the actual A plus draw, right? So normally I want my swing points to be a little bit more separated than this, right? I want time to separate this. But the reason why I'm still calling it A plus is because it's triple equal. You have 1 candle, 2 candle, and then 3. So normally these would just be like A minus or A tier equal highs, but because of the triple equal, it makes it A plus. So lots of liquidity now higher. And we have like this LRLR here. And we have the 1 hour. And we have the V shape. And we have the structure. And we have the market structure shift. And we have a V shape. And we have Judas. Like there's just a lot of confluences here that were like screaming long to me. And that's why Dodgy was ultimately trying to take longs here, but it was just too early. Just, you know, it didn't work because of time. 948 considered a sweep of, I don't know what PDC is, but I think you mean previous day low, maybe? Previous day close. I suppose. I've never used previous day close. But yeah, it looks like our previous day close was either here because 5 o'clock or here because 4 o'clock. So yeah, I'd say yeah, we ran through previous day close. But the only reason why that would matter is if it's liquidity, and this isn't, right? This is the liquidity here. The last low that starts the up move back up, where you'd want to see price run. And we do. We run it in ES, so. And then the way I scaled out of this position is I entered here. I scaled my first contracts at this high. And then I scaled my second contracts at this high. And then I left a runner to this high. Okay. Sorry. And I guess I should have just held for all-time highs because like it was like 10 more points away or something. 30 more points. And I don't know. But yeah, any more questions? This is an advanced trade. This is a complicated advanced trade. This is not what your typical trades are going to look like most of the time. This is just like an all-time highs trade. I'm allowing myself to take B setups because I know that all-time highs will usually come back. I know that like in a buy model regime, probably going to head higher. And when liquidity is non-existent to the sell side, I'm willing to take more risky trades to target buy side. And then if you think about it, also we're like delivering out of the daily gap here. So it makes sense to go higher. Yeah, another huge day for the market. I think Bitcoin's getting wrecked. Maybe we can trade something else today. Oh no, Bitcoin's recovering a little. How is Microsoft doing? Dude, this is tough. I know I'm holding for like 10 years, but still tough stuff. Murmur, just out of curiosity, are you looking for advice or are you just venting? Are you looking for like, do you want me to like kind of instill like what I would do if I was in your shoes? Or are you just like venting and just like ranting and okay. So if I was you, I would probably take a break from trading for like a little bit of time just to like mentally reset because I don't necessarily know if maybe even just for the rest of the week. Maybe you just take off the rest of the week, start with that and then, see where you're at on Monday. Because if you're not going to be in the headspace to trade, you're never going to like be able to succeed. So just finding a little opportunity takes some time, mentally reset. I think that's going to be what's going to help you. And then when you come back, don't focus on what anybody else is doing. Simply focus on what you can control and the data that backs up your trade ideas and your analysis, right? So if you haven't been journaling, please do that. And then really just like set aside, the next 3 to 6 months and just, you know, collect that data, find patterns of errors in your trading, and find ways to correct those errors by building systems that you can implement into your trading each day with something as simple as like daily loss limit or whatever you think would be best for you. Obviously, I don't know what those errors are going to be or what you're going to find, but just something that would make sense. I don't know. You tell me what you think about that, and if that makes sense for you. If it doesn't, cool. But that's just what I would do if I was in your shoes. Yeah, for sure, Trumpet. What are some confluences you recommend learning other than the ones in Dodgy strategy that help? CISD. Dodgy doesn't really talk about CISD too much or like put any emphasis on it, but I think it's like it's the first thing that can identify like a reversal, a high probability reversal. So I would definitely like, hammer down that one. If you understand CISD, then you're pretty much in good shape. I mean, a lot of what we do is just based on liquidity, and Dodgy hammers that home pretty well. Uh, I don't know. Do I like mitigation blocks? No, I don't care about rejection blocks, mitigation blocks, none of that. But if we do a CISD, we're invalidating the trade note. Yes, but not every single type of CISD invalidates a IFEG trade. So, like in this example, yeah, getting the CISD here would invalidate the inverse, right? Because we'd be hitting the high, most likely. But sometimes we get, for example, this, right? And this is a CISD, but there's no inverse, right? So this is like, okay, this is like our sign that we're reversing. So we get the CISD on the 1 minute there, which will probably tell us that this 2 minute will work, right? Because this is the first change in order flow. Okay. So you can use CISDs, right, to kind of tell you more. Okay. Tell it, give you like the initial like heads up that okay, this could be where price wants to reverse. If or when you use SMTs, what's the max or lowest time frame you find I use SMTs at external liquidity, so most of the time it's gonna be like higher time frame, right? So like session liquidity SMTs are pretty important. Anytime we like run a low that's inside of a fair value gap, that can be important, especially like when we run a low and then that low lines up with like a higher time frame gap. Like that can be a good SMT to pay attention to. But yeah, anything internal, I'm not really caring about. Bitcoin 1 hour, what is it, an inverse? I think it looked like it, right? It was pretty V-shaped. Oh yeah. Oh, well, maybe. Come back to here, maybe. I don't know. I don't think this is done going down. We might sell off a little bit more here. Part of me is tempted to just like cut my Bitcoin and just like buy later when we dump more. Like I think we could maybe come back. But at the same time, I'm okay with holding it because I know that I'm going to hold it for long term. That's kind of my same idea with Microsoft too. Although realistically, like if I exited Microsoft and bought like Voxel, I'd probably do better. Dude, why didn't I buy anything, any Soxel? Although to be fair, all the gains on this ETF have come in the last like 5 days. Like, oh no, 5 weeks. The weekly chart. That would be crazy. Scalping bad for psychology? Depends from person to person, but I think so because you're gonna run out of steam really quick doing that. It takes a very psychologically prepared person to like scalp. You really got to know what you're doing. You really got to have a lot of mental fortitude. Because the more trades you take, the more opportunity you're giving yourself to present human error, right? Got this 2 minute V shape here coming off of 5 minute gap, I guess. 30 minute, 1 hour, 1 hour. Whoa, whoa, guys! All right, F you long here. Sound the alarms. Do I take it for the micro and get wrecked on it? Yeah, so you take the 2 and 3 close, right, when we get over this. And you would just go for like 1R. So like maybe you'd enter here, right? Stop loss, DM low, take profit 40 points after that. I mean, looks like we're setting up the next leg, right? 2 and 3 are gonna close in 15 seconds. I'm probably just gonna take it with a micro and play with my profits from today. But this is not a funded trade. This is not a live account trade, and it didn't close above, so never mind. It's imaginary 15 second. Dude, just go down to the lower time frame. I bet you there's an inverse there. Oh yeah, there you go. 5 second. You just took the 5 second inverse. So macro time too with this V shape. Do I think it's like good liquidity target? No. I mean, what, you're targeting this kind of 1 minute LRLR. I think we actually might set up another leg. Now, if we get 5 legs here, this would be at least a B tier draw. Because it's lower time frame, right? If this was higher time frame, it'd be like A plus. But we like came down, made another leg, and then re-ran the low and ran out this low and then got a long. Like I might actually, we would have to retrace. We would have to retrace to the lower unfilled 15, I bet. Yeah, we'd have to come back to here and then leave the LRLR intact and then get a long. And that's the dream scenario for today. That's the only way to take a long here. Okay, for a funded play. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to set an alert here. And if we come down to there, take a long. Otherwise, I guess it's time to mess around. Also, financial juice. We got anything going on? Nope. And if we hit the high here, obviously, there's no play because the liquidity's been raised. So we're going to hope that Fahrenheit's trade stops out or gets break even here. And then we come down and then we get a banger play. Hey, it's only 100 points. Only 100. And this move right here was like 50. I'm not asking for anything crazy. I'm asking for a 0.3% retrace. By the way, you guys have to remember, the higher we go up, okay, the less you have to reframe your thinking behind how many points like price has to come back to. Like technically coming to 30K here, right? Like think about it like this, okay? At 20K, a 60-point move was what today an 100-point move is, okay? So the higher we go, the less big point moves matter, right? Like we now have to like reframe. Now like a 200-point move is our 100-point move back in the day. Okay? Which is good for us because that gives us more opportunity to make more money with less micros. So what I do is I look at the 15-minute dealing range most of the time, or 1 hour, and I mark out swing high, swing low. The reason why this is a dealing range is because we made a higher high, right? So the swing low, right? It's also there. No, it's only on the 15 minutes, so it's fine. I could extend this all the way down, but I have to like be realistic, right? Kind of like what Fahrenheit was saying about where I'm placing my 0.5s because it's not realistic to get a 200-point race, right? On a day like today. But I could see us coming back to here because you also want your 0.5 to align with a place in price that would make sense for us to come back to. So in this scenario here, we have the 15-minute unfilled gap. It would make sense for us to come back there, right? But, you know, most of the time, we don't at all-time highs because we're just so bullish, right? So that's why, like, you know, I had this marked up on the chart because I'm like, okay, if we get the inverse here, you can probably take this on eval and it'll probably work. And the break even's about to hit in like 2 seconds. Or lose more. True. True. In my opinion, it offers more opportunities for higher RR plays. We get more exaggerated like this. Guys, is the Dow at 50K? What? Was NQ almost at 30K, but the Dow, hey, the Dow's, I mean, the NQ is going to catch up. That would be crazy. All right, I'm going to do count. Okay, I'm going to do, I don't know, maybe OI, or this could be like a double O word. Olive? I'm not going to get to double P word yet, but it could be. I want to guess as many consonants as I can here. I have nothing. All right, I'm gonna guess. I'm gonna guess a word that's like something, something, I something. Like mobile, right? No, that's with an E at the end. Mogged. Isoxyl. True. Moldy's good. Moldy's great, actually. Okay. We could do woody. We could do. I mean, yeah, we can guess woody here. That's fine. Okay, perfect. So we got howdy. Uh-oh. 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 Can it be anything else? All right, we got it in 6. Jeez. 100% win rate. By the way, this is going to work, guys. Did anybody take this on eval? I mean, delivery from the 1 hour, right? We pointed that out. V shape, but obviously really high up. I think it's at least an eval play, right? Not a funded play though. We had the macro too. You're in unfunded? Hell yeah. A macro? No, it's not a dumb question. It's pure learning. It's just the first and last 10 minutes of the hour usually. So for PM, that changes a little, but I'll give you both. Okay, so AM, you have 9:50 to 10:10. That's the most important macro of the day. You got 10:50 to 11:10. Okay, and then for PM, you got 1:50 to 2:10. Then you have 2:50 to 3. This is all from ICT, by the way. And 3:45, and then 3:50 to 4. And this is MOC. Okay. So this one doesn't really matter as much, right? Because it's random. These usually see prices run liquidity in or set up to run liquidity. Okay. So here, right, the whole entire idea behind macro, at least in my understanding, is that it's like the way that the candle prints and provides PO3. So here, most of the time when we see a candle form, by the way, there's that target. We see something like this, right? Where we get like a wick low if it's going to be a bullish candle, and then a wick high, and then that's the body, right? So this is how like a candle will print. That's too bad of a candle. Okay. If you look here at the 1 hour, you can see we did just that during the macro. Came down after 2 o'clock form. We put in the candle body low, and it's very small, and it's an IO fed because we're bullish, right? You can see that here, right? If you look, we accumulate, manipulate down at the end of the macro, and then we get our distribution up, okay? Because we're going to put in another bullish hourly candle because we're reacting out of the bullish gap, okay? So that's this idea, right? And you see this happen most often during the macro because at the macro times usually where we see our, I guess, bullish confluences get put in, and we see like, let's see, 15-minute gaps get put in that can propel price. And it's usually where we see like in the last 10 minutes of the candle, like price runs for liquidity because we're putting in like the end of the candle and we want to obviously close bullish or whatever, right? So basically time gives a price the opportunity to hit its targets. Okay. So these are like opportune times to enter the market because this will usually trigger the liquidity run. And the liquidity run is usually where we take our profit at. Okay. That's all macro is. So this macro offered the liquidity run. Like a market open volume. Similar, yeah, similar. Except at market open, we're still trying to figure out what we're gonna do on the day, right? Money team got it. Yeah, dude, we just go up. It was 1-1 at least. I mean, obviously it goes further than that, but yeah, 1-1 hit. Good risk reward, I guess. Bad to the high, but the assumption here is with this much momentum, we go past it. Okay, coffee grounds, coffee beans, coffee grinder, filters. Right. Wrong. Pork roll, pork belly, pork. Or is this like different? That one. Wait, what? Donut, by the way. Just crop filters. Markup. Sure. Try that. All right. What's wrong with this? There's like one. There's one odd out. Maybe it's not that. Maybe it's like that. Plus bases. Last one. Grounds. Okay. So coffee was the one to throw you off. Yes. Hmm. All right. There we go. So the one to throw you off there was roll. All right. Not too bad. Oh, we haven't done the mini in a while. When did we stop doing that? Oh, right. You have to subscribe to play. That's when I stopped. Handle. What does macro change for PM? So think about it like this, okay? So these macro times normally apply to the hourly time frame. 950 and 1010 apply to the 4 hour candle, right? 150 to 210 apply to the 4 hour candle and the 1 hour candle, right? But if you're thinking about this same idea of PO3, but from the daily perspective, the last hour of the day can almost be treated as like an entire macro, okay? Because you're getting the closing price for the daily candle. That's why 315 and 345 kind of changes. And then 3 o'clock to 315 is like an area of manipulation. Like it just doesn't deliver cleanly there. I don't know why. This is just what ICT says. And it's what I've noticed too from being in PM. 3 o'clock to 315 is very manipulated. OHLC across all time frames, exactly. Do what this going on here. Not Cake by the Ocean. This went up another 100 points instead of down 100 points. It's just all is it this? Oh, is it Daft Punk? Oh, it is Die Young. It's Kesha, you're right. The claps are wrong though. Uh Dude, is there like an inside joke there? I don't know trumpet. Like you say that about every song. All right, I don't know this. Dude, dementia has to be like top 10 worst. Actually, top 5 worst illnesses to get. That, ALS. What's another bad one? Honestly, okay, what's worse, dementia or cancer? I think dementia's worse. I think ALS is worse than dementia and cancer, though. You get trapped in your own body. What's that one disease where like your lungs start to fill with water? That one seems pretty bad too, and you like basically drown. Not bronchitis. It's like maybe sickle cell or something. I don't know. There's a lot of those like respiratory illnesses. But yeah, I mean, obviously pneumonia, bronchitis, all. But that's not really exactly it because there's like there's no recovery from it. Kind of like slowly like get worse and worse. Maybe it is COPD. I don't know. I don't. Cystic fibrosis. That's it. Yeah, cystic fibrosis. Radiation exposure has to be pretty bad, but that's just like advanced like extreme cancer. I think I'd probably go like ALS, dementia, Alzheimer's, like radiation exposure, and then like I don't know what would be after that. Maybe like game is over now, right? I mean, we got this play. It's a banger. I mean, when are we just gonna start turning our brains off and just longing every bullish move, no matter what, and just hold forever? Like that's what you have to do in this market. Even after Dodgy lost, I don't even know if you get off there. You just stay on and you just you just long everything. Yeah, Fahrenheit. This today was like the first day where I felt good about my trade. I was like, yeah, there's not much more I could have done there. I mean, I could have held obviously for another 150 points and gone for, you know, 400 points on the trade, but what's the point? At one point, one of these stop runs is going to pull back. I don't know why actually. He didn't explain it to me when he asked me about it. It's weird when I'm on stream with Dodgy. Like, he asked me a question, and instead of us having a conversation about it, he just wants like a quick, direct answer, and then he wants to stop talking about it and move on and talk about something else. And so, like, sometimes like I want to like dive deeper into like what he's talking about, but then it's just like we're moving on. Like, all right, because maybe it isn't that deep to him, right? Like he's very much of the mindset of like once your trade's over, like you just move on, you just do the next thing, right? And for me, like I'm in the mindset of like, okay, like people want to learn, people want to know, like I don't know, that's not the same. At the same time, though, like sometimes some things just don't have any education behind it. Oh, this is that one song. What's it called, guys? Wake by the Ocean. I'll get one next week for night. You say about CISD forming with the IPG use the bodies or the Wake's bodies? Um, I don't know. I can't think of it. Why start with long form education videos? Yeah, I was supposed to last week, but I got so caught up with Mother's Day stuff, and I had to go Friday to go do stuff with Paige's family, and I just got really busy, and I just didn't feel like doing it. So I'll make sure I get it done this week. Yesterday, I had to go back to the dealership to sign some paperwork that they forgot to have me sign, and so I got busy last night, and then I did date night, and then Monday. I don't remember what I did Monday. Actually, don't. Oh, Monday I was actually very busy. I did a bunch of chores that I've been procrastinating for a while. Like I'm finally cleaning up my office for the purpose of making better content, right? Because I want to create a space that looks nice, and I want to get like the whole the LARP background, um, Uru LARP background. Okay. Dude, what is? I'm kind of scared. Okay, okay, okay. Not exactly, but you know what I'm talking about, right? Like the green wall plus like the plant. What is it? Um, what could I look up? Like streamer background, like professional streamer, or like professional business oriented streaming background. I'm trying to show you guys what I'm talking about. Like oh, this oh oh like I know like no not that. Who what's his name? Desi trades. I think his background kind of funny. Yeah, yeah. This. You have like the shelf in the background, and you have like the 42 laws of power on the shelf, and then you have like the fake plant on it. this, this. Yeah. I gotta get this going. I gotta get this. That's how you know. Or oh yeah, this the streamer wall like the panels, right? I gotta get this with the plant. These two things. Yeah, for sure, Andrew. Right? Everybody has these stupid wood or fake wood panels, bro. I gotta get that. I didn't know it. Some random. Some used for thumbnails. Nice. Yeah, that's exactly the vibe, bro. That's it. Yeah, with a massive, reliable name. I actually have one, guys. I've shown you it before, right? My girlfriend got me one. Have you guys seen it? I have to. I have to share it with you. I've definitely shown it to you. Maybe not that. I have to find a way to hide that cable better though. Yeah, I could have that going in the background. I could have the wall panel there. I also there are these really cool desks that I found. They're like modular. Get that too. Even though I like my desk, there's nothing wrong with my desk. I just don't like the cable management, which I'll figure something else out for that. By the way, Fahrenheit, all I get on my For You page now is chess content. It's really funny. It's oh, Wormwood, that's it. Wormwood. Check this out. Maybe it's not this one. Modular table, learn more. Nope, not this. Modular desk. I don't know how much this is going to cost, but this is very cool. Do this real quick. Like Zara Larson? I don't know. It's some random. Yo, pause. Pause. All right, bro. Haley Steinfeld. Fantastic. So probably makes sense to get a pullback to 50 here, right? Before we see continuation higher. Usually when we see big expansion like this is where we will see a pullback. Also, that's why I was a little confused this morning when Dodgy said he was longing up here instead of waiting for a pullback, but that's okay. Check out this promo video. Oh my gosh, why is it 7 minutes? Need AM streams? I mean, it's nice. It's a nice desk. Basically, end of story. Um, I like that. I think that's nice. But yeah, I think this is gonna be like 5K. Probably not that much. I don't know. A lot of their other stuff is really expensive though. I don't know why this video has to be 7 minutes. But yeah, this is what I thought was really nice too, this cable management. Okay, so like that's crazy. Dude, it's so like extra for no reason. It's so high quality. Like, bro, it's so tough. Oh, I do both. I do it all, Harley. I make signal bots happy. I try and be educational. I know not everyone wants to sit through YouTube videos and not everyone has the same learning style. So I think trying to pigeonhole everybody into this like one size fits all of like, oh, just go watch my video. Just like I don't want to explain it right now. Just go watch it, like learn it, and then come back. Like that's not really helpful because people have different questions at different times and the market reacts differently. And I can make a video during one market regime that maybe isn't as applicable to what we're doing right now at all-time highs, right? So it's kind of nice to be able to have an explanation in live time where I can add context and I can be very direct and um specific to what the individual's asking. But yeah, is it FX replay time or is it watch the chart time? I mean, we can just continue to watch it. We left relative equal highs. I think it's an S and no, it's not an SMT. Okay, so probably just pull back to 50 and then longs from there. I mean, we could start messing around with other stuff here. We can start looking at other confluences and other things. Like we can look at OB plays off 50% or whatever if there's an IPG. You're in, you souped. That's a little crazy. Am I a believer of that? No, probably, probably not. If reincarnation is real, this is probably the best I've ever done in life, just statistically, right? In most other lifetimes, I was probably a peasant or like I don't know, somebody not that important, which I like to think about sometimes. Probably both. Probably one of the lifetimes I was hardworking, and then those hardworking, you know, whatever that one hardworking lifetime made me lazy in the next one because I didn't want to have to deal with that again. First round balling out in a Camry, hell yeah, dude. I'm hoping that'll change. I have a goal in mind, but I have other goals too. I don't know. It's difficult. I'm definitely a person that's gonna lead by responsibility and priorities first, though. I'm not gonna care about my car until it's like the last thing I take care of. What's my take on how to stop exiting trades early? Um, Pay attention. Analysis doesn't just stop after you enter the trade, right? A lot of you guys just sit there and watch your trade and get like psychologically, you know, inebriated, and you stop paying attention, stop looking at the chart. If we're on the chart, right, and there's a 15-minute gap that gets put in, and we took liquidity or we're rejecting from some other gap, pay attention to that gap. The reaction to that gap is going to tell you whether or not price is going to head higher. Okay. Same thing on the 5-minute, right? If we put in a 5-minute gap and we've taken out liquidity, we tapped into an inefficiency, and it makes sense for us to pull back to there before going higher, don't set your stop loss in profit above that for value gap. Wait to see the reaction, because I could have done that this morning with my trade, right? Let's say I entered, right? And I saw price move up and I wanted us to hit this high, okay? And then we put in this low, and I could have been like, okay, we've balanced the inefficiency here, we've came up, we've hit this high, we've put in this for value gap here with the order block. I don't want price to violate this low if we're going to remain bullish. I could have thought that. But before I make that claim, I'm going to check all my other time frames, and I'm going to go, okay, is there any other time frame here that it could make sense for us to pull back to? We're heading higher. Okay. With the 5-minute, not really. With the 15-minute, maybe. Okay. Right? We put in this 15-minute gap here. So because I know that we're forming a new 15-minute, I'm going to wait until we've completely broken structure, we've completely gotten the CISD over this to move my stop in profit, because I don't want to chance my runners getting stopped out here when I know we're at all-time highs and I know we have liquidity higher, A plus liquidity. I'm willing to take on the additional risk of letting my trade stop me out and miss out on $250 profit for the potential to make an additional $200 to $300, okay? Doubling my profits here. And that's kind of what you have to do in live time, is pay attention. Pay attention to like newly forming gaps. Pay attention to risk to reward in live time, right? If I'm in a play and my risk to reward from my entry price to the take profit suddenly becomes like negative RR, like extreme negative RR. Like let's say we get all the way to like here, okay? And my entry is here, okay? Suddenly, I'm taking on now all this risk to make this, okay? So it has to make sense, right? If to hold a runner still, right? In this case here, obviously I'm holding the runner to here, so while it's negative RR, it's still like logical, but I'm obviously not keeping my stop loss at break even here. I'm moving it in profit, right? So like in this scenario here, I'm going to move it in profit to a place that makes sense where the risk to reward is still positive. Okay, so I'm not letting myself have too much risk at any given point to the take profit. So that can help you with like holding runners longer and making sure that you're risk managed well at a position. Does that kind of make sense? Questions on that? By the way, what is this? Game 4 for Pistons versus Cavs or game 5? Game 5. Oh, 2-2. That's crazy. Cavs picked up both games. I did not know that. I knew they won their first game. I didn't realize they won their second in Cleveland. This could actually go to game 7. Because we'll probably pick up tonight's game. We have to bounce back. There's no way we're going to lose to the Cavs. If it goes to game 7, I'll hang out with one of my buddies from Cleveland. He's going to come to the game. We still got 50. I think we're going to get there. So, do we want to do um I guess FX replay stuff now? Or let me actually yes, okay. Yeah, I want to see some A+2. Yesterday wasn't that good. Kind of got to lock in. I'm so much worse at backtesting than I am in the live market. I don't know why. It's always been that way for me. What is it called? Is this Lincoln Park? I just don't recognize the intro. Wait, I gotta add this song to the like. It's kind of tough. Oh yeah. Why haven't we done this for an outro song yet? That'll definitely be an outro song. We'll just play that full song right now, and then we'll play it for an outro some other time in AM. This is what we'll actually just backtest to. We'll just backtest to Linkin Park. All right, I'm gonna name this backtesting session Lincoln or LinkedIn. Because we really gotta fucking make it work here, guys, or else we're gonna all be applying to jobs, right? Locked in. Yep. Yep. I suggest an outro song, sure. Oh, we're kind of getting it. Okay, so tap 50 to the tick. We get our little close above here. Or money. Not yet, not yet. It's not confirmed. Oh, Datawick. Data high, man. If we don't get an A plus setup towards that, I'm the worst trader ever. Oh my god, daily gap too. So 15. Yeah. Okay, so let's run this low. Let's get delivery from the daily gap and let's go back to the data high. That's stream scenario right now here. We got equal lows maybe. No, they would indicate. Okay, so we got relative equal here. So probably got to run down and grab those, and then we can go up. Perfect. Grab them. Oh, what do we think? I think I want the daily gap, but at a high above, I'd be willing to risk losing on this and then taking another play after. Go down, go down, go down, go down, go down. Oh, God. Oh, we're going to have to take it. We're going to have to gamble open. All right. Whatever, send it, bro. 885 going for 2300. Yikes. Hit the high. All right, we hit the high. Break even, right it open. Break even. I haven't closed above. It's going to go invalid. Oh, no, it's not bet. Oh, nice. All right, we got the daily gap there. Nice. 2 minute. 10 a.m. reversal. We have news at 10. We have news later in the day, too. No, really, okay. Yeah, tap the 4 hour. Dude, this is setting up for like the most A plus setup ever. It's a Wednesday. Last day of the month. So yeah, this 3 minute, bro. Okay, 10 a.m. All right, we're taking this. I would take this with way less contracts, by the way. But we're just sending it past the account. I'd probably go break even here. Dude, this trading shit is so easy, guys. It's so fucking easy. Like, that's all you have to do to pass an eval. Wait for 10 a.m. reversal, textbook inverse, wait to go break even at the gap inside the high, right? We don't go break even earlier there because this 1 minute high isn't that obvious, right? We get our CISD here, right? And then when we get to there, we go break even because it's a high inside of a gap. And then we target liquidity. And ultimately, we're going to go to this high. You'll see. What? Can I not keep going? I can't keep going? All right. What do I do? I guess I can go to next day open, maybe? Oh, it literally won't let me. Okay, great. Well, I guess we're locked in. This was Wednesday, the 30th of April. So yeah, like I said, have to wait for the CISD there. Never got it. How do I start over this? All right, that's enough of that. Wait, Paramore? Never mind. We'll listen to Paramore. Music's not too loud, right? Turn the dashboard, great. All right, we have to start a new prop firm session. Name your session, crypto. All right, we're at 10K. Okay, so perfect. Oh no, we're at 18. All right, we're at all-time highs. So you guys know what to do here. This is the 12th. We have news? No. Yeah, it's probably just gonna be like look for a long. I mean, what is our liquidity up here? Yeah, like nothing. Okay, so this is just cooked. Oh wait, no, we have liquidity. All right, come down, run this slow, get a long maybe, or even this slow because it's inside of VPR. Nice. Oh wow, nice. What do you think? 30-second? Oh, 1 minute. 1 minute's actually better. It's invalid, bro. All right, do we just like chase long? All right, let's switch over to MNQ and let's just chase along. many points? 20 points risk. So I can do like 3 micros. Do like 200 risk and go for like 200 profit. Perfect. Straight at the high. Perfect. Oh, wow. Very quick break even. All right, break even trade. Maybe confirmation setup. Ooh. So here we have 15 points risk. So let's do 5. Let's not risk a whole lot here. And let's just go for that all-time high. I guess it's here. Previous day. Where's up here? Okay, maybe a stop out. Yeah, stop out. All right. So yeah, this fails obviously. I mean, it's not like A plus setup, no liquidity sweep, an eval trade, right? All right, just horrible conditions. My God. Maybe resweep. Oh. Kind of why I said we're not gonna take this full risk. But yeah, draw's taken out, so we're done for the day. Please. Maybe not. Yeah, never got a CISD here, so no reversal yet to go back up. Okay. Well, FX replay is just horrible. I'm not gonna lie. I get issues with it every single time I use it. Okay, huge dump. So this looks like higher time frame AMD. Oh my goodness. Okay, it looks like we're setting up for a bearish trend day. But data wick up here with equal highs, essentially. They're not bad equal. Oh wait, never mind. Not equal highs. I lied. Okay. So we're looking at the 1 hour here. What is the CPI? Oh my god, how did I know? How did I know? We got a bunch of liquidity down here. We could go for this maybe. Oh my god, I'm grabbing the TradingView tool from the wrong chart. Go backwards. All right, we'll see if we get down to there. That's a little crazy, but maybe. So pullback. I mean, I don't really want to short with the data high above, but I don't even know how this gets bullish again. This just looks like we've already gotten our expansion move before open. Okay, it's not working again. I hate FX replay, guys. I can't. Like, why? Why does it not work, bro? Yeah, I might switch to TradeZella. I don't remember FX replay being this bad. Okay. This is a big move up. Good structure. This could just be a Judas swing, though. For us becoming actually bearish. Like, tap into a 30 here. Yeah, 30-minute. 10 a.m. Are we going to leave the data high or are we going to go for it? What's it going to be? We're kind of setting up. Your band next? Okay, what's your band? Is this a good short? This is not a good short. This is an eval play, but I bet you it works for continuation. Oh, I just realized NQ and MNQ are not the same. Let's check that data wick again. Yeah, it's still there. Okay. I'm willing to take this on an eval, but I would never take this on a funded. Idea here would be short with a maybe 38 point stop, targeting the low, and then maybe down here. Accelerate. So 38 point stop would give us a 3 micro short. Big profit down here, but maybe we trim some. Wow, instant loss. Yeah, so I mean, makes sense, right? The reason why we're never taking this on funded is because it's data high above. But I was kind of just hoping. I was just hoping there off the 30-minute. Nice. Yeah. Bruh, and there's no setup to take long. Like, are we so for real? All right, confirmation setup time, and it's frozen again, bro. All right, give us a confirmation setup, please, and it's frozen again. Nice. Give us a pullback. 15-minute there, perfect. Nice. Okay, so if we get this long, this is A plus. I would take this unfunded. 2 or 3. Yeah, it's gonna have to be on the 6. Yeah. I would try this all day. Same thing, 3 micros, take it up to the data high. I'll go break even at the high here. Bro, okay, this is an A plus setup that just lost. Unless it's a 2-minute holding. 2 minutes holding, we're good. Ooh. 2 minute just failed. This is a fail, but I don't care. This works. Nope, it doesn't. Wow, A plus setup just lost. All right. Yeah, this is cooked. That's an actual A plus setup that just lost. Dude, it's because I named this crypto. One of these is going to work, though. I'm waiting till this 5-minute gets inversed, and we're sending this with an NQ long. Wow. That's crazy. I'm just bad at backtesting. That's got to be what it is. By the way, 1 minute long here. Oh, true. Oh, there's a lot going on right now. What's the name of your band, Trade Boy? Wow, this 1 minute. What are we doing? It's not a funded play, guys, but I mean, what are we bouncing? Did we inverse the 15? We did. We inverse the 5, but the last gap's holding. This is decent momentum. It's outside the macro, though. Are we running into any other gaps? Not really. So it's just a 1 minute there. How does this fail? Maybe PM gives it to us. Come on, PM. Wow, this is so cooked. All right, we have to go back to the low. Resweep at the low, get a long then. Okay, maybe SMT. Nice. All right, we're taking this long. Forget it. 5, 15, 3, 5. I guess we'll do 5. 5, yeah. 5. On the low. I've had no words. Bears trend day. Oh, we even got a reversal. Wait, they're actually just rolling. Yeah. This is gonna be like I'm taking it. I don't even care, bro. I'm gonna full port this quote unquote account on this 15-minute. The remaining balance. That's what I genuinely think I would do in this scenario. Gonna break even? Oh wow. So Asia session now. In these cases, of the 5 and 15-minute inverse effect, whether I should take the 1 minute. Not really, because this gap isn't significant, but it is kind of weird that we broke a 15-minute plus OB and a 5-minute plus OB. It does kind of concern me a little bit. Like, I would never take this unfunded for sure because of that. But because we're at all-time highs, I think it still works. That's why it would be an eval play. So I don't know what the balance is. But yeah, I think we go back to the data high here. But I gotta go probably 15 minutes. And there it is. So yeah, maybe I'm not horrible, but yeah, that 15-minute was A plus at a high above. Makes sense that we hit it. Let's see what happens. Oh wait, I have to go back now again. Session limit. This is like a C setup, but I'll try it with you guys for fun. Why not? Right. So stop loss at the low here, right, and then break even. I don't know where. Yeah, take profit at all-time highs again. Am I in this? Yeah, I'm in this. Go break even. Low key now. Just go break even now. Go break even now. If this hits, this still would make me, I think, $100 and something, $130. Oh yeah, for sure, crypto. We getting full TP? I hope so. Be another banger. 2 callouts in PM. Why not? Y'all take that? Yeah, I'm in this. Onesies. What an eval? Yeah. Well, yeah, sure. And then TP would be 6.5 here. That's annoying crypto, damn. Why does price inverse to 5 and 15? I have no idea why. But usually the most important gap is going to be the last gap in the leg there. So the fact that we're getting a bounce from there is pretty good. And I mean, this could have just been a retrace, like just a deeper retrace, right? To get back to the order block and then bounce from there. That could be why the 15 and 5 ended up inversing. But I wouldn't really worry about it too much. The only thing that's somewhat concerning is that the order block and fair value gap need to hold, but we still are holding that, right? We're holding this fair value gap instead, right? We don't necessarily need to hold the 5 and 15 here because they're not significant yet. Yeah, tiny little 30-second. We got an inverse here now. Looks like this is probably just going to be a break even, right? We're going to come back to fill whatever gap we left behind. There's a 2-minute. We want to just see IO Fed, right? IO Fed, IO Fed, IO Fed. IO Fed and go. Next. Okay, so I see this low down here. Pretty obvious. Probably want to target that coming into this day. That out. What else? We got this low lower here. That looks pretty obvious too. What else? 4, 3, 2, 1 still Ellen? Yeah, exactly. Where are my candles? Look, look, my candles aren't even forming. Oh, I know what happened. I have to redo this. Again. Good, good, great reaction from the 2-minute there. Definitely want to be break even now. And then we just want to see price just, accelerate up like we are doing here. Momentum there was really good on that trade. That's why I said I would take the long. So be a data low here. Oh, data high. We already took it though. It's tough. Took out all the liquidity basically then. We're inside of this gap now on the left. Maybe pull back and then long to the liquidity higher. It makes sense, but we kind of seem like we're in a bearish downtrend. I don't know. This seems like a day that would already be cooked in my head. Yeah, we have daily equal lows too. Bro, this is so cooked. Where's this low? It's like all the way over here. Is it obvious? I think it's this one. Oh yeah, dude. Okay, so we're targeting the equal lows. It's not cooked. We actually have an A plus draw, and we could just come out of this. So yeah, let's actually try this if we get it. Inverse. 2 in 1 minute. I like the one more. Try that. Get it? There we go. All right, we're gonna try this. 2-minute actually technically isn't inversing at the same time here, so we gotta hope this is good. But we're gonna switch over to MNQ. Take this, and we are going to size with 50. I mean, technically this is a 2 micro trade, but I might take this with 5 personally. We'll do it with 2. So take profits on this would probably be this low inside the gap here, and then maybe low. See. Okay, so I'd probably go break even there. We'll just see. Nice. There's open. Oh no, I missed it. No. I went too fast. Let's pretend this 1 minute was our entry. That's a good 1 minute short. Yeah, let's just pretend. Let's just pretend. We want the equal lows still. Let's just pretend we're in from up there. Definitely break even. We're really close now. What? What? Oh, dude. Maybe there's an SMT, but bro, for real? Oh. Wow, weird reversal. 10 a.m. We got news. Ah. Oh wait, break even's up there, right? Okay, so yeah, break even. That's a weird one. That's really strange. Wow, look at that. We barely missed the liquidity there. That's so odd. ES did not take it. I checked the SMT. Okay, so we ran the high. Maybe we get another chance, but that was a break even, I guess. I mean, obviously we would have scaled, but it's 10:52. 11 a.m. reversal. Nope. Okay, so next day. Yeah, go to next day. We still have those equal lows intact. I'll be looking for those, but oh wow, no, it's just gone. Yeah, we're not coming back for those. Okay. All right, this looks like more like a choppy day. Maybe we come back to this. We take out any higher time frame liquidity? We did. Okay. So yeah, we could definitely be due for a retracement. Yeah, we're inside of a daily bearish gap right now. I think it makes sense for a short. Maybe the 5 minute here. See what happens. Okay, resweep of the high. Maybe there's a 1 or 2 or 3. By the way, guys, you can scale on this trade if you're in it. If you're in it with more than a micro. Okay, there's 9:30 open. 2 minute here. Sure. Take it down to London lows. See what happens. Break even if we like. And instant stop out. All right, maybe we're just bullish. Maybe I should just stop trying to short here. 8:10 a.m. Guess we're going for this liquidity up here, maybe. We're bullish. And it's cooked. Ah, we can't even take it. This day was horrible. News at 9 apparently. Wait, we came back and we missed the high? What? This is horrible. Okay, so data high here. All right, we're trying this with an NQ contract because we got a data high and it's gonna hit. You guys aren't ready. We call this the negative risk to reward trade. Obviously, that was a joke. I would never take that in live time, but that's funny. Okay. This day I'd be trying to target these highs up here and that the relative equal highs that I think we left behind the daily. I'm really confused. We failed to hit liquidity by that. I'm not. Our condition right now. Yeah, the 15-minute inverse looks good here. Maybe there's a 1 hour. Yeah, 1 hour. 1 hour is going to be the condition probably for the morning. Break through that. Yeah, we're good. We're golden. A pump. Yeah, we'll wait to see if we get a confirmation, but probably won't. Okay. Inverse back down. 1 hour still holding, but now we're rejecting the upper 4-hour BPR. So maybe this is a bearish inverse to the downside on the 5. No, we're still holding. 950 now. No news. I can't tell if that was a good long there. Probably not. We didn't sweep liquidity. Yeah, this just looked. Okay. Got the 930 wick. What's our delivery here? Last 15? I could see it. I could see it. Good break even. Now let's go for the 1/2 here. Macro time. Oh, it's invalid. Oh, I should have just taken the 1. Oh well, that would have been the only play I would have taken this day. Yeah, exactly, Soko. I agree. I didn't backtest like this to become profitable. I forward tested, and that's what really helped me become profitable. This just familiarized me with the model. Like I just like was looking for stuff like this. So if you're asking that specifically, I did this for like 3 months, and I did it like a few hours a day. I didn't dedicate a whole lot of time to it. Probably like if I had to guess, like 10 hours a week for 3 months. Probably 100+ hours in backtesting. Yeah, this is a break even. I mean, you probably got to scale off because it went for more than 1 hour, but yeah, break even. This just helps with like kind of like reading liquidity, like knowing where the market wants to go, but it's kind of hard because when you're going day by day, you're gonna have more context in like the current market than just back testing, right? Just getting thrown in somewhere random. That's why I don't really like back testing, because I have a better understanding of the day to day and what it looks like now and kind of what the regime's been telling me versus the like just getting thrown in randomly. Yeah, I mean I think we go up here. Tough. Like I wouldn't long this, right? Because we didn't run liquidity, but it's probably going to be the thing that sends us up. So now I'm gonna have to like look for maybe a short after we hit the high or confirmation set up long. Maybe this. Oh, there's not even a gap. Yeah, this is so cooked, bro. Horrible, terrible trading day. I'd probably skip the next day at this point. We didn't even take the high, I don't think. Or did we? We took the 1 high. Which means it was probably an inverse short that I missed. Yeah, not really. I missed like the 1 minute there, I guess, but would have been a break even. maybe. Yeah, and then today's over. Okay, data high, data low. Not. Oh no, that is. Wait, but the news came out weird. We got the news on 829 and then left this wick down below. So maybe we go back for data low now. Wait, the news came out really weird. Wow, huge news candle relative to price, by the way. I mean, I don't even know if this 5 minute would be takeable. It's so big. Pause. Ah. Um, it's like a 100-point stop. I'm just gonna look for a confirmation. Maybe the 30-second. Weird. Not letting me skip candles. Right, this is the last day I'll use FX replay. Yeah, we're gonna go down to that news low. There's just no way for me to get in. Maybe here, finally? Maybe here. There might be a 30-second. Yeah, I'll try this. $100 stop, sure. Break even. Bro, what? This is now like the fourth. Wow, this is some of the worst price action I've ever, bro. This is now the fourth day in January that we've seen that's just like missed liquidity and then turned right back around. These are horrible price conditions. Also, L break even. The 3 minute long here is same thing. The last setup. Probably worse actually now that we're higher up in the dealing range. See. But yeah, it probably works. Here, I'll try this one with one micro too. At 330. Are we gonna get it on? Oh, we got it. I think nice. I'll probably go break even here after like 6 points. 4 points actually. Why is this so bad? We're just straight up missing liquidity. All right, 5 minute inverse maybe. No, we gotta wait 5 minutes. It's just gonna dump. Okay, no inverse again. Wow. No inverse, bro. Okay, we get it. Sorting here. Stop loss. Rough it down here. It's cooked. We're probably in a 15 though. That's why. I don't even know. That. Yeah, it's a 15. Nice. Yeah, don't short like that inside a 15 minute, guys. Believe it or not, you don't want to do that. Wow, I cannot believe we left that. I know it's not like a traditional data low, but still, it's so weird. What do you not to do? In a prominent 15 minute like this, don't short. A 15 minute BPR specifically. All right, let's try it again. We will be shorting. Gamble market open. Gonna go? Is it not gonna go? And the account's blocked. RP. Wow, that was horrible. January 2023. I think I've heard stories about January 2023 though. That was really bad. All right, it's gonna be the last session I'll do. We passed 2 accounts, failed 1. Instantly throwing us into an inverse here. Wow. Like we're all-time highs, maybe. Okay. Yeah, I mean, buy sides ran. It's probably cooked. Gonna look for longs here, most likely. We gotta wait for just a setup from the extremities here, I think. I don't want to trade inside the range today. Cool. Ran out of Asia. I mean, London. Let's see if we run out of Asia. Okay, great. Ran out of Asia. Four-hour tapped. 5-minute backup. 3-minute backup. Resweep. Resweep would be better. 1 minute. Wow, look at the 1 minute here. A name reversal, maybe? I kind of want to try this. This kind of reminds me of the setup that I took today. Hello? Invalid. Okay. Is it worth still trying though? Oh, we're inside of a 15. It's not worth it. Bruh. Okay, it would have been a break even. Dude, it looks cooked. This is bad price action. Nice. Okay, let's try to stay. All right, so ran out sell side already. Big V shape confirmation setup already put in. Look for like a resweep of that low inside the gap here and then along. Wow. Wow, look at price. July 1st. I mean, I would have liked to take that inverse, but there's not even a gap. Terrible. Okay, Badawick, nice. Run the low. Didn't run enough. No gap. Alright, man. Maybe this is just an OB. Oh, alright, bet. Oh, that's so cooked. What is that? Leave equal highs? Yeah, this is horrible. Okay, run the low, get a long back up to the equal highs, right? That was the plan all along. 2-minute. There's trending. What happened? We were supposed to get longs. $11 a.m. reversal with no inverse. Bearish trend day. Great. Next day. No, exactly. Exactly. All right, we're taking out that low. It doesn't look that bad though, actually. I'm not running in anything, right? Yeah, 3-minute there looks the best. Probably try this. Why? Like, I can't take a trade. I literally can't. This is invalid. There's no setups for me. This looks like a data wick, though. I'll try the short here. It's news. I don't know if it is, but 30-second short? I don't know. Probably not. Probably not a good short, but I'll try it. I'm bored. Definitely not a good short. Don't take this in my time. Why am I in? Does that say 247 contracts? No, I was just orders got stacked up there with that. Yeah, I don't know if this is a data low, but we'll try it. Yikes. Terrible trade. Horrible trade. Well, at least you guys were able to see what would happen in lifetime if you took a play like that. That's good at least. Teaching moment. Wow. Wow, it's just cooked. No long setup, no valid inverse anywhere. Grind up. Oh wow, look at. Oh wait, it's invalid. Yeah, bro. Put me to the next day, bro. This is horrible. We have a holiday the next day. We have a data wick here, potential short. Okay, 9:30. Dude, there's just no way. If this fails, like, the model's actually cooked. And no inverse. Nice. Where is the trade, bro? Where is it? What? We just leave data lows forever? We're never gonna hit them ever? Oh my god, bro. Bro, this is horrible. There's nothing for me to teach here. Alright, forget it. All the moves are happening in Asia at this time. I think I like remember that. Like, what am I supposed to do here? Yeah, this is July 4th, so it's cooked. Okay. Give me a sec. Yo. Good, man. What are you doing? I called out two plays on eval. They were one was a winner, one was a break even. What's the with the consistency accelerator thing, man? What is that? Okay, I got you. Okay, got you. I don't like this long right here, guys. I mean, it might work, but we left behind like liquidity. Nah, not with a conflicting draw here. This looks like LRLR. And we have conflicting draws both sides. I'll just wait till one gets taken out. It instantly failed. 2 minute. Horrible. Yeah, terrible price action because we're in between two draws. Coming down, coming down. 11 a.m. reversal. Cool. Yeah, man. We ended up running that low, and then we got the long setup, but it was in PM. But it's a good one. Wow, look at that PM trade. I definitely alerted this, right, guys? Let's check, actually. July 7th. July 7th. No chance I didn't alert this, right? What do you guys think? Unless it was like a Friday PM. That would suck. Mmm. Guys. Guys, I did it. I alerted it. But I alerted it late. I alerted the 3-minute here. I alerted this. And then we went break even at the next gap here, which in hindsight, I would have definitely longed here nowadays. I must have been a different trader back then. But yeah, I did alert that. So go me. I did it. Okay. Yes. Where it is. Not a complete donut. This looks like top. I don't even know what I'd be looking for on this day. If you come down, run those equal lows or something. How did I know? The inverse back up. 5-minute here. Oh, all right, cool. This is actually better. The further we go down, the better. Expecting the 1 hour. 2-minute, 3-minute, 3-minute, maybe. Bearish trend day? Could be bearish trend day. Oh, no, we got the reversal now. No inverse, though. All right, we're going to look at this 3-minute. Yeah, not running into a 5. Oh, I missed it. Can I go back? Can I go back? Guys, help. I want to go back. I'm in this here. Oh, this is 3 on Q. Oh, well. See, would this have been a break-even trade? No, it wouldn't have been. It was a banger. Wow. First A plus setup in a week during AM right here. That's crazy. That's like the first actually good trade I would have taken. Hey Soko, I plan on doing that. I need everyone's emails. Kidding. Yeah, just so you guys know, if something's free online, you're the product. You have Proton, so I'm fine. Smart. I would do that too. I didn't want to get spammed by dodgy slash reliable mailbots. Okay, so 3 minute inverse here. What do we think? Takeable? Sure. Run it. Probably not a great setup, but there's a lot of liquidity up here, so I could see it working. We do have this high inside this gap though. I actually think I remember this trade. Might be cheating. No, I don't. No, I don't remember this trade because it lost actually. Did it lose? Equal highs now? Okay, go break even. Wait, how did I not blow the account? Oh, right, I was on NQ. All right, well I was right. 1 minute held. It wasn't a loss actually. But yeah, that was a good confirmation setup there, I guess. Probably a break even though. All right, that's gonna be it. We passed 3 accounts. We blew one. We were over leveraged on like all the accounts we passed though, so it doesn't really matter. It's not really good data. Yeah, none of that matters. I mean, obviously, you guys can see like the difference between setups I would take versus setups I wouldn't take. That was kind of the goal of the backtesting session there overall, right? Every setup I said I didn't like and wasn't good lost. Every setup that I liked, besides that one A+ setup that was to the data highs, won. So what you gotta do is figure out subjectively what works for you, build a system around it, then take those trades. And everyone that was on got cooked. R.I.P. Fahrenheit. I'm sorry, I'm laughing at you. Nice crypto. All right, guys. I'll catch all of you later. Hopefully, you got something out of today's stream. I think I am gonna put in the trade recaps, both of those trades. Yeah, I was taking both. Why not? But yeah, y'all have a good rest of your evening, and I'll catch you tomorrow for AM.